Hi, Terry Ann here with No More, It's a Movement. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And as promised, this is part 2 of my anger series. And so I have conducted my interviews. It took some time because I had to just get in where I could fit in. I had to interview millennials. They're in school, so I had to go around school schedules. I interviewed adults, had to go around work schedules, and so it took some time to compile all the information so that I can present it to you. So I am excited and to share this information, and I hope that you will learn whatever you're going to learn from it and use it as you see fit. So here we go. The first question that I asked, and I asked millennials, I grouped them millennials, adults, and mature adults. So I'm just going to give you answers based on millennials, adults, and mature adults so that we don't have to, take too long or get too wordy. So here we go. The first question that I asked was, where do you think anger comes from? So the group of millennials that I did interview, some of the answers were the mind. It comes from pushing away all your feelings instead of talking about them. I don't know, stress, over time, being continually disappointed. You start to get angry when things don't, when you're constantly being disappointed and it boils up and boils up. Jealousy, it comes from being built up over a period of time, not being able to take a certain thing. And so, it just comes out in an angry way. Adults say that it comes from the home environment, video games, constantly being in an environment where you see a lot of violence and it becomes engraved in your mind. Society has a part to play, and people want to retaliate from their past childhood, being bullied or being a bully. You feelings of guilt, you become angry within. It's a choice to be angry, to be, that angry, because you could find other outlets to not be so angry. And it comes from part of our makeup, because anything in excess is not good for us. Question 2, why do you think people get so angry that they want to hurt other people? Millennials, they're embarrassed, they're insecure because, they think badly about themselves. Because a lot of kids nowadays feel like they can't talk to anyone. Parents don't have an open door policy, so they have pent up aggression and then they snap after a while because they might have a lot going on in their lives and all the anger sets it off because they don't know what else to do with themselves. So they take their anger out on other people. They're enraged and they don't know how to deal with it. One millennial said that she doesn't think it starts off with hate. People don't start off hating. It just grows, based on their life situation. And it becomes, it turns into hate and rage. They go blind to reality and what they, because that's all they can think about. And another one said there's no set answer to that question because there are a lot of different answers. Like anger is built up, and as time goes on, people are not going to be able to hold on to the emotion, so they can't contain it. The adult version of this is anger is stored up. If they want to hurt someone, they have it stored up and they don't have a reasonable way to express their anger. A lot of times they don't know what else to do. They think retaliation is the best way to relieve their anger and frustration. I thought this was a good point, that some of it has to do with power. When you are hurting someone else, you have power over them. So it's a control thing. And they have anger issues that they have built up, from family, mother, father, whether they're, past, deceased or alive. And anger that's not dealt with, it stays with you. This is also profound. A lot of times hurt people. It's person specific. I agree with that because each individual is different. And so You know, I also feel this is from mature adults that society at large has a hand in it, because bully has been around for so long, and what society does is they you know put it out into the media. They make such a they put it in a way that these young people, that's all they see. And so they glorify that in a sense through the media. And instead of them putting more positive ways of dealing with bullying and anger and things like that, they promote all the um, um, more hostile behaviors and downplay all the positive behaviors. That's what this individual is saying. So question 3, what can you do to help someone with severe anger? Millennials, be there for them, talk to them, talk about the problem with them and make sure that they're okay. You can help them realize that, what they're angry about is not that serious. I had to think a little bit about this anger because you're going to tell me that my anger is not that serious, but I understand what they're saying is after you've calmed down, most times you realize that, you know what, yeah, I think that situation, I may probably could have done something different. It wasn't that serious. So I do understand it in the terms that this young person was talking about. Um, Another person, still on millennials, you should calm them down and bring them back to reality. They can't be reasoned with. They may need to seek professional help. Probably talk to them and try to figure out where the anger is coming from. Talk to them, approach them in a mild manner. These are adults now. One of the things that they can do is, be still and hear God, because it's in that still moment that you can come to so many other solutions. And I do believe that, if you're a spiritual person, if you believe in God, when you incorporate your spirituality into your everyday life, you do tend to look at situations differently. So that's a very good point. Another adult was mentioned that he was working with his son. His son had anger, and he said to catch it early, catch the signs early, so that you can start helping your child. And this is for parents. Start paying attention to your children. He goes on to say that he gives his son lots of love, lots of tender love and care. He talks to him about the situation and he listens. Listening is so critical. um, to what they have to say to promote healthy thought process and to, explain that anger in certain situations is not the best route to take. And so he went on to say that, they say you conquer hate with love. So you can conquer anger with love as well. So another person said, give them a place where they can get rid of it and give them an ear to listen, provide physical opportunity to vent, maybe take them to a gym, go to walk, run, work out. Um, our more mature adult said to not ignore the telltale signs, which is huge. See the signs, don't let it pass you by, even if you think they're minimal, because a lot of people see the signs and they don't believe that their loved one is capable of doing something so heinous. And so what's been happening is they are capable. They're proving that they're capable, because some of these mass shootings, after you interview the people that they know, yes, they saw this sign. I didn't think they were that we're going to do it. I didn't think they were serious. And so we need to pay attention to the signs. We definitely need to listen to each other so that we can help the individual, because we don't know anybody's state of mind. And if someone is bold enough and courageous enough to even mention that this is what they want to do, then I think we owe it to them to try to help them the best way that we can. So let's not ignore the sign. Let's start paying attention to what people are saying. I know we have our lives and we go on with our lives every single day, but there are certain signs that people do exhibit. And I believe that if we stop for 2 minutes and take that time to sit a person down and talk to them and, just get into their head and find out what's going on, we can make so much difference. So that's a great point that this individual made. Question number 4, what do you think about individuals who post violence on social media? Because that's a lot of that's going on. So I thought that was a really important question to ask. Millennials, they're looking for attention. They're looking for someone to say, don't do it. Most people don't believe that they're going to do it. And most of these people are actually scared and they don't really want to do it. I feel like some people do that to show off. If they have a problem with someone, they need to let them know face to face. I think school shootings, a different type of depression, and that person has something going on in their lives that they feel that they don't have any other choice. I think people do this because they're scared. I think that they want to instill fear in people. They want people to be scared, and so they threaten other people on social media. I have two. One young girl said, I have two opinions. I think that a person is sad, maybe even lonely, and they just want attention and they feel like they want their voices to be heard. I think it just pushes them over the edge if they're not being heard. And the second thing she said, she felt like some people do it because they think it's funny and they don't really understand the severity of the situation. Because she mentioned in her school, that's why they have all these new drills that they have to keep performing, because these young people are still thinking that it's funny to post these things on social media, and they don't really get the gravity of the situation that they're putting themselves in, which I think was very insightful. Another millennial said because they're scared and they don't to do it in person. People that do stuff like that basically are scared of real life interaction. All the internet stuff is like a mask to hide. It's a cry for attention. They just want to make it seem like they are somebody that they're not. They're not thinking about going to jail. They're not thinking about the consequences. The adults, I think a lot of these things in this area are, when she referred to going back up, and the things that people used to do back in the days. They used to cut themselves. They used to attempt suicide. They used to, lash out at themselves. Now they want to be external and hurt other people. And so another adult said that they don't think they have anything better to do. Their life is of no substance. They have low self-esteem. They have no friends. They're in isolation, and they hide behind the camera. They can be dangerous, but it's just talk, because people that really threaten and do these things, they don't broadcast it, over the news. They go out and actually do it, unfortunately. Another adult said the same reason why, a bully is a bully. The reason why, they bully people on the basketball court and different places is for ego. It's an egotistical type of thing that they have going on. And, some people don't care. They have a mindset where, they just don't care anymore. My more mature adult said, well, I think of it most part of people that are looking for attention, you know, um, and so that the attention that they're looking for is cry for help. They want the attention, but they don't want the attention to the point where it's in a, oh, I'm showing off. It is just literally a cry for help. So this was a great, I kind of sped through it because it was such a lot of information, and I wanted to just chunk it in there and get all the questions and give you as much information that as I received. So I hope this was informational to you. I have researched a lot of crisis prevention hotlines. If you are somebody that feels like you are not being listened to, and we really need to start paying attention to our young people. We need to start hearing them, hearing what they're saying, because their words matter. Their lives matter. What they feel matter. And we have to help them realize that. We have to make them feel like they matter. And so if you are a young person and you feel like you're not being listened to, you're not being heard, but you want help, I'm going to post in the description and also in the comments a list of crisis intervention hotlines. Also, we are here at No More. You can subscribe to our channel. You can reach us on Instagram at No More It's a Movement 728. You can reach us on Facebook, and I stand corrected on my Facebook page. I keep saying No More It's a Movement. It's Annie, Annie, first name Deca, Deca is the last name. Annie Deca is our Facebook page, and you can Inbox us if you have questions. Please feel free to comment. I'm going to put these questions down below just to hear what you have to say on these topics. So feel free to share, comment. And so let's start the dialogue. We need to start a dialogue because anger is affecting everyone. So thank you for listening. Peace and blessings.